two new finalists this year in just the second year of the Champions Trophy. Bedford School against Epsom College. We're live from Allianz Park. It's a very good afternoon to you. Dave Rogers is alongside me. And Dave, Bedford showed some real class to come from behind on 3 occasions in that semi-final against Sedborough.
Bedford, great record, 100% this season. Epsom with those defeats, but they have had a few close ones as well, and invariably when the match has been close, Epsom have come out on top.
Well, let's have a look then at the teams for today's Champions Trophy final, and we'll start with Bedford School, as we mentioned. Just the one change in the starting 15 as Barry Burgess is forced to replace the injured Nick Cowan at inside centre. Fraser Strachan comes in, scorer of the 3rd try in their semi-final, and himself one of 5 players registered with the Northampton Saints Academy. Fullback Fraser Dingwall, as he mentioned as well, also scored in the semi-final, and the Scotland under-16 skipper is one to watch on the counter-attack. Whilst in the pack, George Cave leads the side from the front row, his presence almost like that of an extra back rower. And in the back row, Jake Carter, Midlands under-16s and one of those in the Saints Academy. A great engine, as Burgess was saying. For Epsom, well, it's 2 changes as the side welcomes back captain Niall Saunders at scrum half. Recently selected for the Ireland under-19, Saunders missed the semi-final, but his return sees Ivo Slot drop to the bench. The other changes in the pack were Oscar Vaughan comes into the front row, Nick Fizakali making way. In the back row, there's a real danger man in James Gulliver, member of the Harlequins under-17's elite player development group and a player with real pace. So here come the teams then, and the roar goes up, adding their weight to the atmosphere. The crowd cheer on the sides. Epsom in the striped navy and white shirts, Bedford in the red. Dalton gonna need someone there to play scrum half. Hickey happy to do so, and that's a decent enough carry to set up the platform in field. Releases Dalton, who can pass that one away, and Burgess thought he'd spotted a little gap to get through there, but he was well tackled. Dalton looks to the right, finds Hickey once more, who's been involved in a decent amount of things so far in the opening exchanges, the second row. They look to the right, and that's fullback Dingwall, who pokes a little kick through, asking questions of Harry Cook, but ball is booted downfield and Dingwall is there. That was, well, camera's right in line with that, flat at best you might say, but Bedford still with it. Carter carries, then they come to the right once more. Fraser Strachan just having to tidy things up in the number 12 shirt. Well, there's a penalty here, and it looks like Braithwaite's just going to be spoken to. Well, you could hear a pin drop. He got under that. It didn't look like it was going to take off terribly far. It seemed a fairly heavy kick, but it's done the job. Burgess with 3 points on the board for Bedford, and they'll be pleased to get an early lead. Epsom on their 10-metre line. They come to the left. Plucked out of the air by Torpey. Just got over the 10-metre line on that occasion. Saunders to the left. Quick hands, could find the ball out wide. O'Brien would have been in a channel of space there, but Bedford have turned it over, and it's away through Carter, on through Beale, and then the pass away from Boyd. And is there going to be a chance for Olabuye? Olabuye gets around the outside, and Olabuye will score, and the game's first try goes to Bedford. And Epsom, well, they fell off the tackles a little too easily.
Well, he puts the hammer down from 40 metres out. That's a big handoff on the fullback. We saw a bit of a glimpse of it when he went up the blind side in the first couple of minutes, but with the chance to stretch his legs, he looks a real handful.
It's going to be a tricky touchline conversion effort. Cheers go up, but the flags stay down. As we said, Jake Carter scored the try to put Bedford ahead after Olabuye's counter-attack in the semi-final. He is a decent ball carrier, but Epsom, some real shove there. There he is when he gets around the first tackle there and bounces through the second, and that's gone down well with the supporters as they get over the 22, but he's given the penalty away. Epsom in a decent position to get over and try and win that ball back, and could this be the first chance for Adam Causer to get some points on the board? high and true. Bedford 11, Epsom 3, and Saunders the man to give them their first points from their first real opportunity of putting that pressure on and winning that penalty. Epsom to the right once more. Good feet in the second row from Norris. Where is that ball though? It's coming back on the Bedford side, and the penalty is going to the guys in red as well.
Well, story of the half for Epsom so far. They've got so far down the road. They look like they're getting a foothold in the game, but then they've given away a silly penalty, and we've already seen from very similar positions to this that Burgess fancies his right boot. He's 2 from 3 for the match.
Yes, chance to take Bedford up to 14 points. Dalton with the box kick over the top. Saunders had read it, was in good position. Had the support of Oscar Waite on his shoulder there, opted not to use him. Big man might have been a handy runner. Bedford are narrow here. Penalty. Not releasing the man on the floor. Decent connection, and the cheer goes up. Bedford 14, Epsom doubling their tally to 6 then with Saunders' second penalty goal. Epsom with possession. And they look to try and turn this into a catch and drive. And then the breakaway, and that's Gulliver rattling on. Saunders up for Norris. Epsom have got themselves a decent platform here. Braithwaite looks to try and get through the gap himself. Epsom flood the left-hand side. Saunders thinks about trying to get through himself. Good strength from the scrum half up to that 5-metre line. Players go in and try and add their weight to things. Bedford come away with it though, but illegally, says the referee, and will come back for the penalty. And they look to tap quickly and go for the try. Are they over? Referee Foley says yes, and it's that man Gulliver. He set up the third try with a break from the scrum in the semi-finals, and he's thought quickly there and backed himself to get over, and the Epsom fans are delirious in the stands. And the game tightens up. Bedford 14, Epsom 11.
Well, what about that forward pack work from Epsom? 31 minutes into this final, that's the first time we've seen the catch and drive. Absolute mayhem in the Bedford defence. And like all decent back rowers, they want to get their hands on the ball. They want to attack space. Quick tap penalty taken with the Bedford defenders on the back foot. He'll be delighted with that. The first time Epsom have really had a sniff of the try line, and what a way to close the gap just before half-time. 13-14, game on.
Ball in from Bedford. We saw their driving more towards the end of the first half, where it sort of broke away in 3 different bits, but the ball was in the bit right at the back and didn't make as much yards. Oh, now we go. See the feet of Burgess. Burgess still going. Burgess all the way. What a try from Oliver Burgess. My goodness me. Well, he certainly opened up the defence single-handedly there, asking the questions, and Epsom College couldn't find the answer.
That is absolutely magic from Burgess. He was called out by Sam Howard at half-time, and you've mentioned it too, someone who can open a team up. We've talked about his footwork, but what about that upper body strength as well? Let's take a look at this. Gets it on the 22, steps off that left foot once, twice, and the handoff as well. Power off the left-hand side, takes 1, 2 over the line with him as well, and that is absolutely sensational from Oliver Burgess. He's left himself a pretty easy conversion as well. And that is what finals are all about. Moments of magic from talented players.
Conversion is good. Burgess, he takes his personal tally up to 13 points with his 3 penalties and now a try to his name. Epsom still with possession, and Bedford could get really caught here if they can get quick ball to the left. They're going to get a penalty, Epsom.
More good kicking from Saunders from scrum half has eventually led to this penalty, and also a sensible decision to go for the sticks here, because again there'd be the temptation to try and go for the 5, but still plenty of time left in this final.
Saunders makes no mistake with the penalty. Burgess's restart. Olabuye then receives the kick back downfield. Little switch in field with Dingwall, and Dingwall spotted the gaps, and Dingwall's through, and he's got support on his left, and here come Bedford down the left. Oh, and it's passed back in field, and it's going to be a great score. Try given for Shea Boyd, and the outside centre, well, the options were opening up either side for Bedford. I thought Olabuye might get the pass.
Great to see a tight 5 forward, not scared to take the ball, and has a look left there, has a look right, and picks the inside pass. Great support line on the inside shoulder from the number 13, Shea Boyd. Great team try from absolutely nothing, and surely that puts Bedford in control here. A long way back for Epsom. But of course, one try now, not enough. They need to score a try and get the ball back. There is no time to waste here. And that's a good start, good ball at the back.
Nick Fizakali, number 18, joins the line, and then Gulliver breaks down the right side. Gulliver's in! So threatening with ball in hand, so powerful and so quick, and Gulliver gets the try. From Bedford really not seeing that opportunity.
Well, look at that work though, explosive from the back of the maul, and that left hand there just absolutely unstoppable, like any good 7. Even in the last minute or the first minute, they just give it 100%. 2 tries for him, and what a big kick this is coming up.
Gulliver, Saunders with the kick. He had to try and take it quickly, hoping there was enough time on the clock, but there isn't. Bedford School are the winners of the Champions Trophy, and what a result for the boys in red. Here we go. Bedford School are the Champions Trophy winners, and worthy winners at that. Thanks very much for your company here at Allianz Park. It's been an exceptional performance from Bedford School. They have run out the victors in the second year of the Champions Trophy. They've beaten Epsom College by 28 points to 21. We look forward immensely to next year's competition. My thanks to Dave Rogers and of course to Andy, who's been down at pitch side. But from all of us here at Allianz Park, from the Champions Trophy, it's a very good afternoon.